Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another beer review. Tonight we're going to be trying the official Discworld beer, Honey Ale. I believe this is actually, I'm not sure if it's brewed and bottled by, but it's certainly only distributed by Ales by Mail, who are the company that I ordered a few beers off. So this is, I'm not entirely sure to be honest, it's a honey ale, that's for sure. And that's pretty much all I know about it. There's not much on the official Discworld website either, apart from what's on the bottle really, that it is from the hives of Granny Weatherway, one of the characters, and helpful advice from Terry Pratchett: when the bottle is empty, sorry, when the glass is empty, stop drinking. Fair dues, Terry, fair dues. I'm a big fan of the Discworld books. It was one of those series that I used to read when I was a little wee laddie, so it kind of appealed me to give it a shot. Don't know what I'm going to find, I really do not. It's got a completely plain cap on it. I don't know who it's by, I don't know how it's brewed or anything of such. I'm assuming because it's honey ale it's going to be quite sweet and spicy. We'll never know. Let's give it a shot. This is a completely blind tasting. I'm quite looking forward to it, if I'm totally honest. So, nothing much by the way, smoke coming from the top. I might add as well actually, before I get going, can you see that it's unbelievably dusty? You might have seen it when I was doing the unboxing video about a couple of weeks ago now, that it was absolutely covered in dust, and it does say on the side that it's got a served within, yeah, good for 6 full moons, so 6-month date on it. So I'm not actually sure how long it's been sitting around because it's got a ton of dust on it. More than 6 months worth, I couldn't tell you, but hey, we'll never know, we'll find out. Just using a small little half-pint glass today because I think a good old traditional English style ale probably deserves one. Let's give it a good glug. Let's see if we can't get a bit of head on it. There we go, tiny little bit. Not much in the way, a huge amount of head, but can you see it's bubbling away like madness in there, like madness. There's a lot of carbonation. It is bottle conditioned, so that yeast has been working its magic on the inside of this wonderful fellow. It's absolutely golden, wonderful golden colour, honey coloured. You know, it's maybe that's a tiny little slightly bit of amber in it, but it's a wonderful gold colour. I can see the camera through it, I can see myself reflecting in the glass, so it's wonderfully and clear, although it's very, very, very slightly hazy, but I'm assuming that's just more because of the carbonation, and a tiny little bit of head going on the top, but it is staying, and it looks like it's going to lace as well, because it kind of sticks to the side of the glass. Yeah, it looks like exactly what I kind of thought it would look like, and it's the carbonation though, really something special. That's quite crazy really for what I assume to be the beer of this kind of traditional English style beer. So let's pop our noses in, give it a good smell. Oh yeah, there's it's sweet on the nostrils, and a nice bit of biscuity malt going on. I kind of get that kind of honey, slightly spicy honey sort of smell coming through, but the mainstay in this is definitely a malt body, something nice and malty. That's it really. It's quite a simplistic smell, but again, that's nothing to judge it by. You never know until you taste it. Some of the best beers are nice and pure, smooth ones. So without further ado, cheers guys. Let's crack in. It's quite pleasant actually. Yeah, it's nice and bitter, almost all the way throughout. Nothing too overpowering and nothing too prominent, but certainly there is definitely bitterness there, which is it's nice to see. It's quite sweet. And quite spicy in that sense. You can definitely taste honey in it. You can definitely taste honey in it. Sort of sugary, but how do you describe it? It's kind of a saccharini sort of flavour going on from it. It's kind of like, you know, like you mixed a little bit of, what should they have? They have, you know, mixed a bit of honey in it, and it does taste like they mixed honey into the beer. And it's nice to see that at least the flavour's not lost in there. Apart from that, there's a nice little malty body. Very light though. Very light malty body. The kind of predominant flavour when you first drink it is carbonation, and you taste quite a wet, damp and almost watery kind of carbonation. Tons of bubbles though, as you can tell from how much was going on in the glass. Tons of bubbles kind of fizzling across the tongue, but not much in the way of flavour. It's kind of a bitterness there, and then you kind of get a really low level, low key, biscuity malt sort of flavour. and a bit of sweetness, kind of a honey flavour, and then towards the end I'm getting more of the bitter flavour coming through, and a bit of flavouring coming from hops. Just trying to pinpoint flavours from those hops. Again, actually, there is that bitterness and perhaps a tiny little bit of something fruity coming through. Very, very slight citrusy flavour coming through, but it is very slight. There's a very omnipresent watery taste coming through in it, which makes me think that there just hasn't been enough malt pops into the beer to kind of take it away. It's very light mouthfeel, and it's nice because of that, but it's definitely really watery, and that's a bit disappointing, really. But apart from that, it's a very nice and tasty ale, really. To go with my old new rating system, I'd probably give it somewhere around a 6 or something like that, because it's certainly got some nice flavours to it, and it's definitely quaffable and drinkable, but it just seems to be lacking anything more than that, anything more than a bit of a punch. The honey flavour is something nice and expected, but tasty to find it there. It just lacks a bit of body to it, in kind of any form, really. It just needs a little bit more malt in it to kind of pull it off very effectively. The bitterness is nice. It's very pleasant bitterness, and it makes it wonderful and drinkable and very good in a kind of traditional English ale style. But just a bit too watery for my own liking, just a little bit too much. I'd have given it more like a 7 or an 8 if it had more of that presence to it, and perhaps a little bit more kick from hops and some more honey. So, enjoyable, very enjoyable, and not far away from being a really quite good beer, I think. Certainly interesting, because I know absolutely nothing about it. And yeah, give it a try if you go to buy alesbymail.co.uk. I'm sure you'll be able to find it on there, or from the Discworld website. Read Terry Pratchett's novels anyway, because they're brilliant and they're witty and fun and humourful. And apart from that, like, favourite, subscribe, all of the above, helps spread the world of beer reviews, and until next time, cheers guys, thank you.